Live. You're now.
You're looking live. Go ahead. You take over. You hit the
No,
must
I
burger
don't
for
even
me.
get them. You are looking live at a sold out Dallas Cowboy collaboration podcast with my man who I never actually met in real life, but he seems like he a brother from another mother, Mailman Phil, one of the 5 Dallas Cowboy fans in the whole world that I might have a modicum of respect for. Yeah, it's sold out with all kind of Eagle fanatics and Cowboy Nation turds in the house. The pigeons versus the turds. Yeah, we in the house, man. OG
Oh
Bizzle.
man,
Wow.
that was
Yeah.
great. That was great. I ain't never have to come on here and let the co-host introduce himself, but who else did it but you?
Hey, what can I say? I am OG Bizzle, the official Philly 4 for 4 representative, the Mitchell and Ness poster boy, and the most controversial,
I love it.
motivational, inspirational, devastational, homicidal, genocidal, fratricidal man on all social media. He is I and I is him, his imperial majesty. You're messing around with me, you're going to experience a tragedy. Toilet paper tissue. I'm official, like a ref with a whistle, baby. Let's go.
This is great. This is great. All right, so look. First of all, tell them what you just told me about you being about the sports podcast, or how you went from being a caller to a host.
Well, first off, the reason I'm so good at talking is I am a legendary freestyle hip hop fanatic from Philadelphia. I grew up battling against Will Smith. Steady B, I don't know how deep y'all is in the hip hop, but if y'all know about 80s hip hop, y'all know Steady B, Cool C, the Hilltop Hustlers. That's my neighborhood. I'm they old head. So anybody who watched me on social media know I can freestyle. I mean, you just heard sort of like a freestyle. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I used to have season ticket. Well, first off, I used to be my one of my best friends, Richard Subio, was Allen Iverson's bodyguard at one point in time.
Okay.
And when AI started getting into his rap career, Philly, we big. Everybody in Philly think they the shit. Like, it's one of the problems with Philly, but we're going to keep that aside. My man wanted to let him know, you a basketball player, bro. You're not a real rapper. My man is a rapper. My man is an MC. So my marching orders when I joined the posse, Allen Iverson, was to prove to him that he ain't no rapper. And that's how I got cool with him, from busting his ass. And I rip pause. And I realized that famous athletes and entertainers, they don't want people to treat them like they famous athletes and entertainers. They have much more respect for you and treat you with much more respect and dignity when you come at their neck and talk to them like real people, like they homies would in a barbershop. So from that, I started realizing that people of a high status didn't really know as much as I knew. Some people play football and basketball and they very good at it and they get paid a whole lot of money, but then that'd be the same person to ask me, yo, OG, why we gotta wear 42 when we play baseball? Don't even know who Jackie Robinson is.
Right.
AI was completely oblivious to the fact that, in Philadelphia, while it's cool hip hop to wear a Yankees hat with your outfit, in Philly, that's a violation. You can.
I know that.
You can have your throwback collection in the hood at the hip hop concerts, but you can't go to a Sixers game with a Vince Carter retro Toronto Raptors jersey just to match your sneakers and think that somebody ain't gonna come at your neck, especially when we playing Toronto. Right. AI, the hip hop generation, the new generation, they clueless to all this. So I would have these stories and I would realize that people had no clue about this stuff. So when Howard Eskin and Mike Missinelli and all these sports talk legends from Philadelphia used to be on the radio talking, I'm stuck in traffic trying to get to the game. And they talking about a game that I'm courtside at. They talking about a game that I'm cool with AI. I'm cool with Aaron McKee. I'm getting the inside story. So I know what you saying ain't true. So I used to get so mad, I would call up the radio station and rebut what they were saying. And because so many people in Philadelphia know me, because I talk so much and I talk so well, everybody know my voice. So they were, yo, E, we heard you on the phone. Oh, you gave it to Howard Eskin, whoopty whoopty whoop. So this was around 2000. This went on for years. And because WIP, the famous station in Philly, they had a rule that you could only call 2 times a week. Well, I got more than 2 times a week worth of stuff to say. I got 2 times the stuff to say a day. So I would change my name. Sometimes I would call as Brother EJ. Then I would be Brother Jamal. Then I would be Trevor, the Jamaican soccer star. Rude boy now, Trevor, coming in now from Babylon, talking to you live now. I right now me play football, but not your kind of football. You call it soccer, you ignorant American now. But I don't understand football. You only use your foot when you mess up now. When you punt and you kick the field goal, that's the only time you use your foot now. So tell me why you call it football. And I used to get so much love, right? When 950, the second station, now they call it 97.5 FM, The Fanatic, is plugged into ESPN. When they came into town, they was low on ratings. And it was a guy, and because of my situation with them, I can't really mention his name, but let's just say that he wasn't from Philly. And he said to me personally, he said, you know, every time you call, well, what happened was I called one time and I said something super controversial. This was about the time that Mike Vick got sent to Philly and all the dog owners and everything was tripping and everybody was losing their mind. You know, Phil, I'm a pit bull lover. I post about my dogs all the time, man. I bury my pit bulls like I would bury my kid. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So if I was willing to give Michael Vick a second chance, why y'all not willing to give Michael Vick a second chance? Because y'all the same people who blow a deer's head off. Y'all the same people that go to Africa and kill an endangered animal just to stuff it and mount it on a wall. You know what I'm saying? We butcher and murder 1 million animals a year, but because a dog is considered friendly and a pet, now you feel some type of way. Come on, man. Y'all care more about these dogs than y'all care about us as people. And I talked that so much and got so much feedback that he was like, you know something, I think it's very wrong and it's very inappropriate that we got basically 99% white Anglo-Saxon Protestant males speaking on sports that's predominantly African-American, and outside of retired Eagles and Phillies, we don't have any black men or black voices on this radio station. And because you so passionate and you speak so well, and like I said, every time you call up here, we get a positive response. I'm thinking of doing something with you. And I said, well, what you want to do? He said, I'm thinking of bringing you in here to have a couple shifts. He said, you know, I can't pay you at first, but I just want to see how it goes. Right. That was February of 2009. By 2009, when the Phillies played the Yankees in the World Series, I was hosting the post-game shows. Okay. So I was on there for 18 months, bro. And the boy that run the Eagles beat staff now, Tim McManus, all these dudes, Tim McManus, Mike Missinelli, my man Mount Airy Phil, all these guys were guys who came either after me or were influential in helping me get on the radio station. Okay. Brother, yeah, I got college education, but I didn't go to college for communication. I didn't go to college to be no radio sports talk analysis. But the same reason that you brought me on here, because you feel as though I'm intelligent and I got the passion and the energy and I represent Philadelphia, I could speak for Philadelphia and give you maybe a scientific reason for why we act so crazy. I could give you a scientific, logical reason for why they got to grease the poles, pause, and certain things. It may not make sense. It may not make you tease it any less, but at least I can give you the why. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you won't agree with it, but I will give you the why. And one of the things I will tell you is Philadelphia has a massive inferiority complex because we stuck smack dab in between the middle of the financial and the entertainment capital of pretty much, you could say Hollywood, but New York City is what makes America go. It's where Wall Street is. It's where the financial district, all the media moguls. We snuck right back in between New York and the most powerful city in the world, which is Washington, D.C. Philadelphia used to be the capital of the United States. The Declaration of Independence and the Liberty Bell is here. We should be the capital. We used to be the capital. No longer true. When they talk about the East Coast, they talk about Boston, New York, Washington. They generally skip Philadelphia. It's only recently that we started getting our respect. And we feel that massive inferiority complex. That's why I told you, ever since we got that Super Bowl, you notice my anti-Cowboy hate has been real low. When the last time I trolled you in a meme, Phil? I used to be daily with that fuck the Cowboy memes. When the last time? Because I realized, and I'm going to offend a lot of Eagle fans here, the reason why we hate the Cowboys so much, y'all was successful early and we wasn't. Bottom line, the Cowboys, the Tex, y'all was the original Texans. Y'all came from the AFL. Y'all was a bum-ass retarded franchise. And y'all got successful and started getting in. First, you would get the NFC Championship games and lose. I remember the Ice Bowl. I wasn't old enough, but I'm an NFL history John Facenda buff. And I was always taught by my father not to hate your enemies, but respect them. And the ultimate sign of respect is to learn about them.
Right.
So I tell you all the time, I know more about Dallas Cowboy history than the average Dallas Cowboy fan. Now, some people would say, oh, that's because you got Cowboys on the mind. All you care about is the Cowboys. No, I care about football. And when the only team that comes on television is the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins and the Oakland Raiders, you learn about those teams. Because in those days, if your game wasn't sold out, you didn't get your home team game.
Right.
They had a 72-hour blackout law that if your home game wasn't sold out by Thursday at 12 o'clock midnight, you did not see that game on Sunday. Guess what game you saw? You only saw the national televised game at 4 o'clock. You didn't get the 1 o'clock game. You got a 4 o'clock game. And 95% of the time, it was either the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Raiders, or the Steelers.
Yep.
That's why those teams used to have massive fan bases of people who never been to that motherfucking city. And when you talk to most Cowboy fans from Philly, you will realize that they are Cowboy fans for one or two reasons. Either they got daddy and brother issues and did the one thing they could do to piss off their father, their uncle, and their brother the most is become a Cowboy fan. Or they was enamored with the star. They was enamored with the comebacks of Roger Staubach and the Doomsday Defense and the Hail Mary and the Tom Landry and the whole America's team shit. And when you win, everybody loves a winner, bro.
That's right.
So that's why we got a whole bunch of Cowboy fans, similar to why we got a whole bunch of Laker fans, similar to why we got a whole bunch of Yankee fans, similar to why we got a whole bunch of Celtic fans. Because they win the most championships and everybody wants to be with a winner.
Yeah.
And Philadelphians hate that. We hate tri-state area Cowboy fans that never been to Dallas. We hate people who think Nate Newton is Cam Newton's father. Think about that one for a second, Phil. Think about that one for a second, bro. Come on, talk to me.
I haven't even heard that one. Hey, look, you know what's funny? You just mentioned two things. You mentioned the Ice Bowl and you mentioned the Doomsday Defense, right? Those two things are part of the reason why I'm a Cowboys fan. That's those two games that you just mentioned. My mom's cousin played for them. His name is Jethro Pugh.
You know, you've told me that 23. You've told me that 23 different times over the 10 years we've been Facebook friends and never saw each other.
Yeah.
He was on the Doomsday Defense. He was the starting defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And he was before Harvey Martin.
He was there with them. So he was right before Randy White.
Yeah. My point is he was there first. He was there. Like he was there with Too Tall Jones.
Yeah. And Bob Lilly.
Bob Lilly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember when y'all beat Miami. Bob Greasy, 24-3.
Yep.
Come on. Listen, I'm so much of a motherfucking football fan that I can remember when y'all won y'all first, well, not the first Super Bowl, but y'all first Super Bowl for Tom Landry. When Tom Landry could never win the big one. When Dallas would get to the NFC Championship game every year like the Eagles did and fucking lose. You remember? You might be too young to remember,
Oh,
but I
I
do.
know my history. I know my
I
history too.
remember when Washington used to beat y'all frequently. The same way
Mhm.
y'all stopped Washington. Washington used to beat y'all in playoff games. Washington
Oh yeah.
beat y'all in an NFC championship game. I think
Yeah.
it was the year John Riggins had his famous Super Bowl run, and big
Right.
fat Dal Grant picked up
Yeah.
Randy White and dunked him on his motherfucking head. And in Philadelphia, I could hear RFK Stadium shake. You could
So
feel it
that
through
you
the
talking about Danny White? Danny White.
Danny White, yeah,
Yeah,
the
Danny White.
quarterback.
He
It was
ain't
Danny
picking
White,
up
Randy
Randy
White.
White. He ain't
Yeah,
picking up
my
Randy
bad.
White.
Yeah, my bad. Danny
Nah,
White.
you right. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. I
So so
remember when
so
everybody used
so
to
it
make
was
y'all wear the
so
blue
that was
uniform.
so that was 82. That was
Yeah.
82, and then they beat us also in 72 when they went to the Super Bowl too. In
And
the
of
in the
course,
championship.
until probably Nick Foles and them and Philly, the
Uh-huh.
greatest moment in Eagles history was Wilbert Montgomery going
I
down the
already knew you were
sidelines
gonna
in
say
the
that. Yep.
NFC Championship game
Yep.
against the
Yep.
Cowboys.
Yep.
And you know why I remember that so well? Is I didn't get to see it because it was on a Sunday afternoon with
Uh-huh.
me as a CYO athlete and star. Every Sunday during football, after our football season, I immediately joined the basketball team. And we
Okay.
always had one of the best basketball teams in West Philly. And we had CYO, which is Catholic Youth Organization. So we played all the other Catholic schools. And because our coaches was white, they would have games for us out Delaware County, South Philly, wherever. I literally had to go to Malvern Prep. The same school that LeBron, when it was rumored that LeBron was coming to Philly, he went to
Mhm.
all the major basketball powers in the tri-state area. And he went to Malvern Prep to see how they program was. I was
Okay.
playing in the Malvern Prep tournament in the 70s. And it just so happens that the championship of the Malvern Prep tournament was the same day that the Eagles played the Cowboys in the
Okay.
NFC Championship. So I never saw the game. I just saw the highlights. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
only 12. So, I mean,
Okay.
it meant something to me, but it didn't mean as much to me as me playing and winning the championship.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So that's
That's right.
something else that I had that the radio liked. I actually played sports. I played sports with famous guys. Rich Gannon, bro. You know, I
Uh-huh.
sacked Rich Gannon, Mailman Phil.
Uh-huh.
In high school, I actually sacked Rich Gannon. He played
Okay.
for St. Joe Prep. I played for West Catholic. I played
Okay.
against one of your legendary Cowboys, Eric Williams. Eric Williams went to
Oh yeah.
Bartram in Southwest Philly. I went to West Catholic. We played them every Thanksgiving. That was our Thanksgiving game. West Catholic against Bartram. And they had to shut it down because when I got to West Catholic, Southwest Philly was so racist, they was burning crosses whenever
Oh
black
wow.
families moved in there. So Bartram against West Catholic, they had to shut it down because of the race rumbles and the riots.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like these is the stories I would tell on the radio. And
Okay.
it would be so popular, but at the same time, people don't want that story getting out. So eventually I said things that they didn't like so much
Okay.
that they had to basically they couldn't fire me, but they
Right.
basically stopped giving me shifts.
Right.
So I
Right.
lasted on there from 2009 to 2011, 18 months. The last
Okay.
show we did, bro, we was so good. They let us do a WrestleMania show about a sport that everybody know is fixed.
Right.
We did a WrestleMania show. See, this was before people realized that WrestleMania is the highest pay-per-view among most sporting events. That
Yep.
if you go around the country, especially at your stadium, I bet you the highest attended events is always WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles.
Yep.
The NFL is now the WWE, complete with staged, rigged events and fake ass referees who make calls based on the earpiece that they got in their ear that is secretly taped back to the war room in New York. Just like when they put the wrestler in the hole, the referee be like, yo, it's time to go. They be talking to each other in the headpiece, the maneuver,
Uh-huh.
the move. That's
Uh-huh.
starting to go on in sports, bro. I'm telling you. And I'm
I
not
hear
just
this.
saying that because we lost the controversial Super Bowl, because the Eagles was the beneficiary of several shaky calls this year, especially against Frisco. Devontae Smith didn't catch that pass, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was
In the
4th and 2.
Quarter. That was
In
early
the
too.
first quarter, that was 4th and 2. If that gets overturned, who knows what happens in that game? You
Right.
understand me? So I say all that to say what I said, and I didn't talk enough. So have at it, bro.
No, you keep it real. This why I had you on here. We originally to talk about Jalen, but when you told me about the show, I was like, nah, we
Well,
gotta
you
get
know,
this out here.
all that ties into Jalen because giving you my history of being an athlete and my history of being discriminated against, not so much because of my color, but people who don't look like me can say shit way worse than me and don't have to be sanctioned as greatly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had people who was committing murders as college players and NFL players, and they got away with it, where we would have never been able to have allowed that freedom. So I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that race don't play a part in America and it don't play a part in sports, especially when you got people called owners and that the people are called property of the Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Hurts, no matter how much money he just signed for, and congratulations, because he has become the highest paid player in NFL history. And that's amazing for so many reasons. Because what I wanted to talk, you want to talk about Jalen Hurts, I'm tying it in with what I'm saying. The NFL is an organization. The NFL is an organization run by good old boys. And the NFL is an organization run by good old boys who was educated in a system of society that basically no longer exists. So they really don't understand that we could look at the NFL draft as a slave market. I read a book called The $40 Million Slave. And basically what it was talking about was how sports in this country, almost everything is derived from slavery, from horse racing to track racing. Everything that we do as sports was designed as entertainment for the owners. So we are property of the owners, no matter how much money you make. Free agency ain't really free agency. And that's why what's happening to Lamar is what's happening to Lamar. But the main point is 7 out of the top 7 highest paid quarterbacks right now, 6 of them are African American. Can you believe that? We've come from a point where Warren Moon had to go to Canada for 5 years before he got a chance to play in the NFL. We've come from a society where Doug Williams was told that he didn't have the intellectual capacity to process information at a fast enough level to be the number 1 quarterback selected in the NFL. And if you wanted to know why I was listening to Skip before you came on, it's because I wanted to prepare myself to give that information, because that's what Skip said when he was 24 years old and working for the LA Times. He fell in love with the Grambling football program. And he talked about Coach Eddie Robinson, and he talked about how he thought that James Sugar Bear Harris was the number 1 quarterback in the whole NFL draft, and that he deserved to go number 1. And Skip said that during the course of his week that he spent at Grambling University interviewing this gentleman and, going through it with Doug Williams, he basically was saying that general managers who he won't expose said that Doug Williams did not possess the intellectual capabilities to process information at a high enough level to play quarterback in our NFL. And I directly quote Skip Bayless on that. That was 1974. It's not like the Stone Age. It's not like Egyptians was going around in pyramids and stuff. You and I was born before 1974, bro. You and I was in this world when this was going on. So to go from that to Jalen being the highest paid player, to Tyler Murray being a high paid player, to Patrick Mahomes being a high paid player, to Dak Prescott being a high paid player. My ancestors, all the people who I grew up with, who literally rooted and died for the moment to see a black quarterback. So many years we knew that the black guy on the bench was way better than the white guy that was starting, but he never got a chance. So to me, that's why this is so important with Jalen Hurts, is because it justifies and it also gives credit and credence to all those who came before him, who never got the chance to get this opportunity.
All right. All right. Well, I got two more that just joined us since you've been on.
What up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Hot Rod and
what up, fellas?
Cozy Jones?
What up? What up?
Look, we started talking about Jalen Hurts because I wanted to mess with him a little bit, but he got serious on us, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I can clown around, but bro, I'm like a history boy. I'm an educated boy, and because I look like I look, I know people don't be expecting that from me, so I just always like to go there. But if we want to clown, we could clown, bro. If you want smoke and fire and trolls and memes, we could do that too. But like I said, bro, I don't really have that type of energy towards you because you're not that type of Cowboy fan. You respect other people's opinions and you can take your emotionalism out of it. On one level, fuck Michael Parsons. On another level, he's a great linebacker. He's just not Lawrence Taylor. That's when the Cowboys shit come out. When y'all want to compare him to Lawrence Taylor after 2 years, like stop. Like Eagle fans is crazy too, but we not crazy like that. Like, is there one legitimate Giant fan who can legitimately look in the mirror and say, you think Daniel Jones is worth $45 million a year? Can any Giant fan legitimately say that?
None.
That's what I mean about being able to take your emotionalism out of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people can't take their emotionalism out of it. If Lawrence Taylor told you out of his mouth that he was sending crack and whores over to opposing teammates, running backs, the night of the game, why won't you believe him? Why won't you believe him? That's coming out of that man's mouth. And the fact that he was doing all that and still was getting 20 sacks a year and still needed to be double teamed and can still affect the game, how can you not say that man wasn't the greatest defensive player who ever lived?
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Hot Rod, what you think about this Jalen Hurts signing?
First of all, congratulations to Jalen. He got an all-female team working, and kudos to him and them. I'm proud of him. But also, I'm kind of upset. I was happy because I'm like, okay, he got the bag. He's going to break the bank. I found out how it worked out. Now, man.
Oh.
Really
okay.
For the team. And I'm like, why would
Hot Rod, you a Redskin fan. I mean, you a Commanders fan, right?
Good Lord. So
you going in and out.
Yeah, the reception
much annually.
Hey Phil, is he a Commanders fan? Hot Rod?
Nah, he a Cowboys fan.
Oh, because I got him confused with somebody else. Go ahead, bro. I just want to know.
No, you the only was it off brand on here?
I brought him on here. I had to because of Jalen Hurts.
It's all good.
Well, listen, this good brother. This is why I debate my off-brand status. Number one, I was a football fan before I chose the Eagles, so I know about all the teams. And as fly Eagles fly, die Dallas die as I am, I'm one of the niggas they made the jail cell for. Yes, I am. Phil will tell you, I'm up and down the East Coast. I'm rumbling. I'm snatching your bitches from the tailgates. I'm freestyling, all that. But at the end of the day, I can say honestly what's going on the football field. I said before the Super Bowl, the only way the Eagles could lose the game is if we lose the turnover battle. It was only one turnover, but we lost it. And technically that lost us the game. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing about no referees. I don't want to hear nothing about no sacks. Yeah, okay, they warded the field. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts had to play on the same field. Patrick Mahomes had to play on the same field. Yeah. Everybody was slipping and falling. It wasn't really no sacks on either team, and whoever got the ball last was going to win that game. So I'm not the Eagles fan that's going to blame a ref. Yeah, I'm going to make a meme. Yeah, I'm going to talk shit. But at the end of the game, we lost because the better team won. Because our great defense couldn't stop nobody. Our great defense couldn't get a sack, couldn't force a turnover. That's why we lost. not because of no damn ref, not because of no watered down field. So this is what separates me from all the other fans. I could laugh at Dez caught it, and yeah, we could say Dez caught it, but you know what else I could say? Y'all had the lead. And if fucking Zeke don't fumble, none of that shit happened.
Yeah.
Y'all still could have stopped Aaron Rodgers after Dez didn't caught it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can take all that out of it and just deal with it legitimately. You understand what I'm saying? Dak Prescott is a bum, but we can't beat him.
Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
you know what I'm
It's
saying?
my
So
dad.
how is he a bum if your team can't beat him? How is he a bum if your team can't beat him?
Good point.
So again, I'll talk that shit, but I can come to reality and have a man-to-man discussion and A, admit when I was wrong. B, after I didn't talk shit all year, who the first person on the video win, lose, or tie with my freestyle or my mega culpa? Me, right?
Yeah.
After the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, that's when I had something Eagles related. You see who the first person who I got
Yeah,
on
come
here,
on,
right?
man. So I hear you, bro, and I will accept my off-brand status for this interview, but I'm just saying that. You know, that's why I kind of take offense to shit like
I
that.
had to take a jab at you because I already knew where you stood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The chats and the text group chat, the Facebook group chats and stuff we had, but you know, it's all
I would invite you to the I would love for one of y'all to come to one of our tailgates. Phil had been to the city a million times. They never ran into us. He running the off-brand white boys.
Yeah,
I had a ball too. I be having a ball up there. Yep. Hey, Jones, what you got to say about this Jalen Hurts contract, man?
Well, I actually think it was a smart move on Philly. I think they kind of learned from the Cowboys because everybody was up in arms with the money that Dak got. Mm-hmm. But like they said, the Cowboys had a chance to re-sign him earlier, you know, like a couple of years before, and didn't do it. So they waited, you know, and the market's going up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Astronomical numbers for quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, it's like you get them, sign them for an extension and get them, you know, locked in or whatever. So I think it's a smart move, man. You know, I mean, I still don't know. I mean, he had a really good year last year, and I think he's legit. You know what I mean? But to be honest, it was 1 year, man. It was 1 year.
Well, listen, they locked Wentz up after 1 year, and he didn't even get him to the Super Bowl like Jalen did.
Yeah,
Nick Foles did.
You know what I'm saying? Wentz fell apart.
Yeah, well, they learned their lesson from Wentz, and they know this guy ain't gonna fall apart because number one, he bench pressed 600 pounds. I mean, he leg pressed 600 pounds.
Yeah.
Number two, I could be honest with you, bro. Mailman Phil know this. I work for the Eagles. I'm every game. I'm behind the scenes. Fucking Jason Kelsey and Brandon Graham is the last two guys out all the time. One of my main jobs is I guard the parking lot after the game and escort the wives back and forth to the players. And you know me, I'm a talker. I'm a people person. So I get inside information that a lot of motherfuckers don't know. I keep it to myself. I might drop a little tidbit here and there. But the point I'm trying to make is we all knew what Alshon Jeffrey said about Carson Wentz was true. That nigga ain't a leader. He weak as shit. And he borderline racist. If you ever notice, the players always played harder for Nick Foles. The same people that was dropping passes for Carson Wentz made those passes for Nick Foles. Come on, bro. We damn near went to the Super Bowl with a replacement team. You know what I'm saying? Like we had motherfuckers like the Green Goblin at corner. Come on, bro. We had Toast Jenkins at corner. We had dudes who never played that good any time in their life. They had magical years and magical runs. It was because of Nick Foles. Nick Foles might have been shit on every other team, but for some reason, bro, when he got to Philadelphia, even when Chip Kelly was there, the nigga threw 27 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions.
No,
the Chip Kelly year. We went to the playoffs that year and would have won that game. You want to know why the Eagles always lose in the playoffs? You want to know why the Eagles have always traditionally lost the big game? It's because our defense, even under Jim Johnson, we had a great defense, a vicious defense. When we played Tampa Bay, we lost at the Vet 27-10. 27-10. They hadn't given up 27 points all year.
Yeah.
They gave up 27 points in the freezing cold to a team who had never won a game in history when temperature was below 40 degrees.
Well,
Come on, bro.
one of those was Rondé Barber running it back though, right?
The game was already over by then.
Okay. Okay.
We was already
Okay.
down 20-10, and McNabb was playing on a broke leg. And what does Andy Reid do with a broke leg quarterback? Drop him back to throw 60 times a game. It's just the Andy Reid that y'all see now was earned through years and years of heartbreak and Super Bowl destruction in Philadelphia. Years and years of it, bro. When I watched him call them two same plays out of different formations, they scored a touchdown on the goal line on the same exact play. They only ran it to different sides of the field. Y'all watched the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Did y'all see them two plays that they scored on the goal line when it wasn't nobody near them? It was the same exact play, ran out of different formations to a different side of the field, and Gannon never adjusted. The old Andy Reid would have never adjusted at halftime like he did. The old Andy Reid would have never ran that ball with Pachenko like he did because he knew he had to run the ball to keep the pass rush off of Mahomes. Donovan McNabb never had that Andy Reid, bro. So that's why we never won, because our coach and our star players never came up big in a big situation. The same reason y'all motherfuckers can't win. San Francisco, y'all could have beat San Francisco just like we did. Y'all got the same vicious pass rush just like we did. And y'all would have won that game if motherfucking Pollard didn't get hurt and your goddamn owner wasn't so justified. You know Jerry Jones be forcing the motherfuckers to throw Dak. Do you think it's a coincidence?
I blame Jerry for getting rid of Amari Cooper. So like
Come
you said,
on,
Tony Pollard and then Amari Cooper.
Bro, listen. When y'all are the best, when Troy Aikman was the best, Troy Aikman threw when he needed to. Y'all was a run first team, pass second. Run first, pass second. When Dak is at his best, it's run first, pass second. I'm a football fan, bro. I'm a football fan. I can tell you, I put all my hate away. You should let me coach the Cowboys because then y'all might win something because I study analytics too. And analytics say every time y'all run the ball more than 20 times a game, y'all almost undefeated.
But no, see, that's the
Anytime
thing.
y'all make Dak go back and pass the ball 40 times a game, y'all generally lose.
No,
and
that's
y'all win.
That's what all the Cowboy fans realize. Even when Cooper Rush was in, and Phil said that one time through a little group chat we had. I remember seeing your comment. But why is it that do they feel like you said they feel they paying Dak all that money, so they got to get something out of it, by throwing the ball? But that ain't the key to success. Even his rookie year, he came in with successful, but Zeke was the one tearing the league up.
And that's why y'all had that 14-2 record.
Yeah,
come on, man. It's not rocket science, bro. It's not rocket science. It's not, man.
But even if Dak is throwing that much, Dak in this year, 7, 8, whatever, how many years he been playing, you got to understand the defense. You throwing pick sixes right and throwing so many interceptions, man. Like, if it ain't there, throw it out of bounds or take off with it or throw it in the dirt. You know what I mean? Something you just throwing picks like it. I don't care. They making you throw it however many times a game. You a veteran quarterback now. You got to see the defense and not not just make easy picks. That's the thing I don't get, though.
Hey, well, while y'all on that subject, can we all say that the progress that Jalen Hurts made from last year to this year is amazing? Everything that we all criticized him about, and again, I can admit, all the intangibles, yes. The running, yes. The leadership, yes. But the throwing left a lot to be desired last year. He stepped up and increased his game in all them areas. Yeah. And the point that I'm getting at was Dak reminds me of Jalen in a sense that they both wasn't first round picks. They both came from Southern schools. They both have better intangibles than they probably got talent. And Jalen seemed to work much harder at his job than Dak do. Now, y'all know him better than I do. Y'all Cowboy fans, y'all get all the information. What I'm saying is, I think that the only thing separating Dak Prescott from being at the same level that Jalen Hurts got this year is not so much maybe him, but y'all dysfunctional organization, because it's like everybody in y'all squad and y'all fans know that the coach is just a figurehead. No matter who the coach is, y'all ain't had a real coach since Jimmy Jones. And that's why he got Jimmy Jones the fuck up out of there, because Jimmy Jones would tell him off when he was wrong. And I just, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I like it when the Cowboys is good, because that makes everything for the rest of the NFL so much better. It's much better at Lincoln Financial Field when y'all winning with Dak Prescott than it was with fucking Steve Berline and Quincy Carter and all those list of bums y'all used to drag out when Andy Reid was running around crazy. The Eagles wasn't that good. It's just that the East was that fucking bad back then. You understand me? So I'm willing to admit that. This Eagles team would have beat the pants off any other Eagles team simply based off the fact that we had two other playoff teams in our division this year.
Right.
You correct with the Quincy Carter, but Steve Berline was pretty good, man. But you correct with the Quincy Carter. You know what I mean? Steve Berline came in and did a good job for us, man.
Get him, Jones.
Yeah.
Hey, Hot Rod, how your let me hear you. Can you your reception any better over there? Hot Rod.
I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, we heard you, but it was like going in and out.
You
were talking at first.
Check your mic, bro. Say something, good brother.
I don't have a. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's going in and out though. I wanted you to talk about those 2 and 3 tight end sets you were talking about early. Because he was talking about our game plan, but I think those 2 and 3 tight end sets would help.
Well, don't you got to have 2 or 3 tight ends to have 2 or 3 tight end sets?
We got some youngins.
Absolutely.
We got some youngins. Hey, look, a serious question though about Jalen Hurts, right? Because you said something about how he improved, right? Do you think it was just him improving, or do you think it was your roster though that helped? Like you got 2 number 1 receivers. Everybody don't have it.
Okay. Well, he had fucking Smith last year. Of course, AJ Brown helped. Okay. Did Donovan McNabb improve when T.O. got there?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when Michael Parsons called him a systems quarterback. Troy Aikman was a systems quarterback. Tom Brady was definitely a systems quarterback. Oh, yeah. And my pick for greatest quarterback of all time was Joe Montana. Joe Montana is why they made the West Coast offense, because it was a weak ragdoll arm white bull who couldn't throw the ball down the field. So Bill Walsh came up with this great idea. Let's get these speedy black receivers who can cut across the middle off a play action or a fake run and run the ball 75 fucking yards for a touchdown. How many bombs did you see Joe Montana through as opposed to Jerry Rice or John Taylor or Roger Craig catching the ball and running it 60 yards untouched?
Yeah.
So the West Coast offense was designed to protect and highlight Joe Montana. The offense that they designed in New England was an offense that they had to come up with on the fly to protect Tom Brady, because people forget Tom Brady was a fucking skinny, pot-belly, 6-round quarterback from Michigan who couldn't even beat out Elvis Gerbach. Right. Elvis Gerbach was the man at Michigan, not Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't start till his senior year, bro.
And guess who's going West Coast offense this year?
Who?
Dak Prescott.
The Cowboys?
Yes, sir.
Prescott?
Yeah.
Once again, it will mask his weaknesses and highlight his talents.
Yep.
Now,
That's good.
What you asked me, of course, it's a little bit of A and it's a little bit of B. Okay. They just was talking about how if you put Tom Brady in Chicago, he wouldn't have never did shit. Come on, bro. He wouldn't have did nothing. So my point is he the GOAT? Some people will say so. But can you be a GOAT without a whole bunch of other farm animals? You got to have some horses, bro. You can't pour syrup on shit and call it pancakes. People say, oh, the Eagles had the best roster. Didn't Kansas City have the best roster? Okay, maybe they didn't do it the same way as what they did it with Tyreek Hill. But when you got a great player, a great coach, and a great system, you can plug in as you need fit. You don't need superstars. You just need great players. Is it the great player or is it the great system? I don't know. Because some players is great wherever they go. Other people is only good in a system.
See, so the reason why I asked you that is because if you're taking that much of the salary cap now, are they going to be able to stack that squad around them like that?
And this is why, and this is funny. I'm gonna send you this video. It's so funny. I was grocery shopping today, and my youngin seen I had on like a throwback green Eagles hat and like a throwback Eagles. To make a long story short, motherfucker started talking to me about the Eagles. And as I was talking, a Cowboy boy came in. And, I normally feel like I said, I let that go. I don't set trip no more. It's no more Bloods and Crips. It's all brotherly love. But the youngin made the mistake of engaging the boy in combat. And he automatically started talking about the salary cap thing. Okay. And I was armed for the information. And I'm getting ready to drop that information on y'all now. I'm actually going, maybe I can't show it to you, but I'm going to read it out my other phone. And hopefully this will alleviate all the concerns that Eagles Nation, NFC East foes, and people who may or may not be concerned for their own quarterback's contract situation. Let me show you why Howie Roseman is God. Give me 1 second here. Go ahead and talk about something else. I got to get my information. I got y'all.
Let me see if Hot Rod, can we hear Hot Rod over there? He look like he's sleeping.
Down bad,
I don't think he can hear us.
Hot Rod down bad, bro.
Yeah, you're not in your normal location, right?
You down bad, Hot Rod.
Yeah, I don't think he got I don't think you got a good look.
I just turned a little bit. I just wanted to face and watch the game over there.
Oh, okay.
A little better?
Yeah. Yep.
I
think it is.
I'm trying to cheat and watch the game.
Look, I just brought him on here. Yep. I brought him on here so we could get some Jalen Hurts talk. But he going in.
That's what I do. Give me 1 second.
That's what he do. Oh. Yeah. Cause so this is what I wanted to see. So do y'all think
take 2 seconds?
Okay. So do y'all think that when all these teams end up signing these quarterbacks, as if he signed for 51, then Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, even Lamar, they gonna want 52 or 55. Like, how you gonna stack your team around somebody making that much of your salary cap?
No, it's crazy. That's why I said it was smart on Philly because it's going to even get higher, the salary caps and the demand. So, the number's going to be just crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
because we owe Dak 59 next year because he restructured his deal this year.
Right.
So now, instead of, I think, it being 49 next year, it's going to be 59 next year. So in my opinion, they probably going to end up having to extend his contract because how you going to absorb $59 million on one player?
You're going to have to. You're going to have to.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they did with Mahomes, though? Extended Mahomes out for 10 years or whatever?
Right. So his is 10 years. But I don't ever mind Mahomes getting paid that much of your salary cap because you see he can throw the team on his back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You lose Tyreek Hill and you don't skip a beat.
Yeah.
So
he didn't lose Travis Kelce and he didn't lose Andy Reid.
He ain't losing Travis Kelce.
All right, so let me ask this question. This is something that a lot of people throw around. Who gets the credit for the play calls? Was it Bieniemy that's supposed to be the offensive coordinator, or was it Andy Reid? Because everybody talking about
both.
they talk about the genius that Andy Reid is, but then the enemy is supposed to be the offensive coordinator.
How Bieniemy don't have a job, bro? Either he must be the worst interviewer in the history of football, or it's the same good old boy network that got Kaepernick out of here and is keeping Carmelo from being in the NBA. And I know they two totally different sports, but it's the same good old boy mentality of get down or lay down. And if I can't have a beer and some nachos with you and invite you to my horse ranch and feel comfortable with you, I'm not breaking bread with you. That's what it seemed like to me because I just don't understand how Lamar don't have a deal. I don't understand how they try to spin certain things. Like the certain population of the Eagles fan base are the Joe the Plumbers and the Bill from the Northeast, if you know what I'm trying to say without really saying it. You know, the used guys and the used people, those type of guys, the ones who wanted to call Carson Wentz a ginger Jesus and say he got us to the Super Bowl, even though he never played the last 3 games of the regular season or any games in the playoffs. Those type of people who said Jalen Hurts should take a pay cut or a team-friendly deal so we could save money. But they never told Carson Wentz that. So upon that, I have a couple of facts that I wanted to break down to y'all about, you know, your legitimate concerns about the salary cap. But what you got to understand is our GM is one of the smartest and most creative GMs in the history of sports. Come on, bro. He's swinging.
I give you that.
So let me read some things to you. Give me 1 second, and I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because I'm downloading. I'm downloading it off my other phone.
Okay, he brought up Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Lamar, they offered him 3 years, $133 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah, he turned it down.
Right.
Yeah.
Something ain't right here. Because why
Something
would you
ain't right
turn
in
that
Baltimore,
down?
period. Something ain't right in Baltimore, period.
Right, because if you offering somebody that's only 26 a 3-year deal, fully guaranteed, why wouldn't you take that? Because
what's the key word in that, Phil?
At age 29, you ready
What's the
to
key
get
word,
another
Phil?
contract.
But
Say that statement one more
didn't
time.
Deshaun Watson get a bigger contract guaranteed though?
He did, but
and that's all he kept worrying about. That's all he kept thinking about is Deshaun, and that's what some Raven fans I talked to. Like he beat Deshaun, he was MVP, this that, and the other. You know what I mean? And instead of just he could like it's just comparing him and Deshaun. You know?
Oh,
right, but
fellas.
Jalen Hurts, he didn't get a fully guaranteed deal. I don't think anybody's going to do that except Cleveland.
Jalen got 179 million fully guaranteed, and he's getting 120. He's getting 120 million this year, all together. Right. So let me break this down. Hold on. Let me take the last puff of this out, and I'll read to y'all what we got here. Now, y'all told me, or not told me. Everybody, Eagle fans, everybody's wondering. You know, the scuttlebutt is, and we have seen that when you tie up a large sum of money in the quarterback, that a lot of your pieces suffer. You know, we lost Hargrave. We was going to lose Hargrave anyway. That's why they drafted Jordan Davis, because they already knew they wasn't paying $30 million a year for a defensive tackle. This is why the Eagles draft so many defensive tackles every year. This is probably why they're going to get the boy from Georgia who's going to fall, because everybody got concerns about his work habits and his weed smoking. We already missed out on a generational talent.
Carter, right?
Yes. We missed out on Warren Sapp because of his questionable work habits and weed addiction. So we missed out on that. We're not missing out on that again. Nobody cares about weed addiction. Everybody smokes weed. Hugh Douglas told me that it's such a known thing in the NFL that people smoke weed that everybody knew the testing date. So you knew just when to stop for the 30 days, take the test. And motherfuckers couldn't even wait till they got home. They'd be smoking in the parking lot at the vet. This is from Hugh Douglas's mouth. And this is when Hugh Douglas was playing. That was 23 years ago, before weed became legalized and part of the fucking culture. Weed is so much part of the culture, especially in Philly, that for the last 2 years, I have not been able to leave my house without smelling weed. It's almost like when you smell grass on a fresh cut day. Wherever you are in the city of Philadelphia, you're going to smell marijuana. The subway trains, the train stations, the games. At the Phillies opening day in a non-smoking facility, it was weed everywhere. So I say all this to say,
anymore, right?
No, they don't even test you no more.
Well,
They don't even test they don't even test city workers in Philadelphia for weed anymore, because if they did, they wouldn't have nobody to work the jobs. My whole point with all of this is that we're probably going to draft Jalen Carter or whatever his name is, because the Eagles believe in a philosophy of you win in the trenches. And if you can dominate the trenches, you're going to be able to win the game. And we always draft defensive and offensive linemen. Now, Jalen Hurts, salary cap. This year, what do you think his hit is on the salary cap? Let me get some guesses from y'all. In 2023,
being that you just said what? You said that he's getting 120 million this year?
and it seemed like the way they had it set up. Let me not be specific on that. What I'm saying is
No. Why you saying that?
Well, I don't know how it's structured. I'm pretty sure this is what I heard. I know for sure that it's a $255 million deal. I know for sure that 179 million of that is fully guaranteed, and it's front loaded. Right. So he's going to get most of the money in the first 3 years of the deal. So maybe I said 1 year. I'm thinking over these next 3 years, he is guaranteed to get $121.8 million. But out of that, the way it's broken down, how much do you think? Right. Now, the rumor, now listen to what I'm saying, and you'll be able to probably guess the thing is. It's like when somebody say, how old you think I am? Usually, if they look young, they wouldn't ask that question if they was really young. So they probably way older than what they look. When I tell people, guess my age, they gonna say an age that's way younger than what it really is, because I got this big gray beard, so that automatically put age on me. But if you feel my energy and look at the shine in my face and the white in my teeth and the color of my eyes, you know I'm way younger. So it's like that with what I'm getting ready to tell you. Everybody say that the salary cap is going to be fucked up and we're not going to be able to sign no players. I'm telling you that we got the smartest GM in the history of sports. So with that being said, what do you think the number hit is for Jalen Hurts' deal for the 2023 salary cap year? Or better yet, I give you an Easter egg. Do you think that his deal is going to cost our salary cap more, or do you think Daniel Jones' deal is going to cost the Giants' salary cap more? That might be easier.
Well, I'm pretty good with numbers. If we getting a front loaded 120, so now 50-something million spread over. What do you got? You signed a 5-year deal, right?
Yeah. So
the guaranteed money is what I'm talking about. So he's getting basically $50 million spread over the next 5 years. That's guaranteed. From what I
heard, he getting 51. It's 51 million a year, basically. That's what they tried to average it out to. But go ahead.
Well, that's the average. That's the average. I understand.
Yeah.
But everything else, the extra money, like we're talking about the T. Anything over the 179 guaranteed is just all bonus money. If he gets X amount of and stuff like that, they were like throwing a little extra money towards the end. You know what I mean? So that's just bonus.
That's
money.
Exactly how it is. So that's exactly how it is.
If he makes the Pro Bowl, whatever the bonus money it may be, if he do 100 damn push-ups per day at the end of the season, it's bonus money. So what?
Mm-hmm.
So what you think I'm asking you a question. What you think the salary cap hit is over the next 4 years? Next year. I got the salary cap hit for the next 4 years each year. So start with 2023. What you think it is? Give me a guess.
I'm writing this down.
He's probably getting about $8 million. He probably getting like
80 million.
He probably kind of like 8.
No. Hold up, good brother. I'm not asking you how much he getting. I'm asking you. Y'all specifically was wondering about the salary cap. Everybody is wondering about the salary cap because in our mind, we have seen that when you sign a quarterback to a long-term deal, it generally restricts your ability to sign other players, and the team usually suffers. If not their record, they depth. So I'm asking you, with that being said, what do you think the salary cap hit is for 2023 for Jalen Hurts' contract?
I'm guessing 51 million. So, but you tell me.
That's what
If they giving him that much front loaded,
I said,
right? Maybe they
No,
giving him
no.
a big.
That's how
signing.
much he's making. He's making 51 million, but that's not the hit on the salary cap. What do you think the actual hit is on the salary cap?
I don't know. You tell me. What is? Oh,
I'm asking y'all. Give me a guess. Everybody, give me a guess. You said 51 million. What you say, good brother?
around 10 million. Around 10.
10? Did you say 10? Is that what he said? 10?
10.
10.
Yes.
And what you say, good brother?
Yes.
Brother Jones, what's your guess, brother Jones?
That's what I said.
He muted.
Oh, you said
Jones. Yeah.
You said 10 million, brother Jones?
Hold on, you muted.
Yeah,
you gotta unmute yourself. Oh, there you
go. Yeah, I had a call because I said I'm going to go ahead. Phil said 51. Hot Rod said 10. So I'm gonna just go ahead.
You gonna stick with 51 too, Phil?
He gonna go
Phil,
in the
stick with 51?
I'm going in the middle, man.
I, like you said, that's his salary is gonna be the 51. But I know his hit before this was only like 4 something. So
y'all, both of y'all is close as shit. The boy who said 10, my man right here, a hot rod, you went over. Phil, you went under, so you win. His salary cap hit for 2023 is only 6.15 million.
So they only added up $1 point something million. Okay.
6.15 million. His salary cap hit for 2024, 13.56 million. His salary cap hit for 2025, 21.7, and his salary cap hit for 2026 is 31.7. Now, it was a reason why I said what I said about Daniel Jones. Look at they hit. The Giants hit on Daniel Jones for 2023 is $21 million. It goes up in 2024 to $45 million. 2025 is $39 million. And in 2026, it's $56 million. They're done for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
They're done. They done. So again, this is why when us smart real Eagle fans, this is why we get mad when people talk about our organization, because we got myths. The salary cap destroys your team and your ability to go forward. Yes, it does. If you got a dumbass GM like the Giants obviously do. Now, to your other points, I got some more for y'all. Oh, I got weapons.
Hold on. Before you, why you got that pulled up? What's Jalen Hurts hit in 2027? Because they got a 5-year deal, right?
It's only 4. We only got the 4 hits. We don't know 27. So maybe he only got a 4-year deal, or maybe it hasn't been calculated yet. I'm not sure, good brother. Okay. But I want to go to something else on this point too. It also says that. All right. So in 2023, we got 22 starters before the draft. We got 4 picks in the top 100, and we got 18 million in salary cap space to play around with. In 2024, we'll still have 17 out of our 22 starters under contract, with 5 picks in the top 100. That's 12 total, and $45 million in salary cap space. In 2025, we'll still have 12 out of our 22 projected starters under contract, with 8 total picks and $88 million in salary cap space. So, gentlemen, I think it's fair to say that the Eagles will be a player in the NFC financially, with the ability to add pieces and draft picks as we see fit for at least the next 4 to 5 years.
Now, I need to know how they pulling that off with all of that cap space, and you paying your quarterback an average of $51 million.
I'm not sure, good brother. It's past my pay grade.
Right.
This is why Howie Roseman is Howie Roseman. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they go out and get Budda Baker from Arizona. That's the scuttlebutt from what's the short little boy that killed the Giants? Boston Scott.
Okay.
I think Boston Scott and Budda Baker is good friends. and they've been going back and forth about how it would be a nice fit for him to come over here. So, and how he was trying to pull it off with Fred Warner, but I don't think it's going to happen. The only way it can happen with Fred Warner is not Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner got to want to take a lot less money to try to get a ring with Philadelphia. So the ball is going to be in his court. So
he tried to do that with Bobby Wagner last year before he went to the Rams.
But Phil, you think about it.
Let me.
Hold on, what you saying?
Who was talking?
It's Hot Rod.
Hot Rod froze up again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You froze up again, Hot Rod.
I said is he coming on? I said
He froze again.
We try to get
I ain't say nothing.
Bobby Wagner.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me say this. And again, this is as a football fan, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with no hate towards nobody or no cowboy memes. This is real talk. Now, we talking right now. Do you think it's a coincidence that Odell waited to sign with Baltimore instead of signing with y'all? Do you think that it's a coincidence that Gilmore signed with y'all, but no real superstar offensive player signed with y'all? Y'all better on defense than you are on offense. And real motherfuckers know they not impressed by Dak, bro. And nobody really wants to play for Jerry Jones. Yeah, he a good dude to have a beer with. Yeah, he gonna give you that money. But anybody that know, you a Cowboy fan and you know he's gonna fuck it up, bro. He gonna fuck it up. He gonna fuck it up.
Let me say this. I think
Jerry Jones is Al Davis. Y'all not winning until he die, bro. He got to die.
Odell tried to play the Cowboys, though, if you think about it realistically, because Odell came in last year when he wasn't even healthy, talking about, I'm going to be ready for the playoffs, and I want a long-term deal. Y'all signed me to a long-term deal, and I ain't got to play no regular season. Y'all need me in the playoffs. He wasn't even ready to go last year. So how you trying to play Jerry? That's a businessman first.
That's crazy, bro. I ain't even peeped that. You just put me on to something. He used y'all to get the deal with Baltimore.
And see, Jerry is a businessman first, regardless of what you think on it. He knows he's not going to.
That's what everybody does.
Something that he can't get a return on his investment. You know what I'm saying? So if Jerry know he ain't gonna get nothing from him, Jerry listen to him. Jerry, like, all right, we'll work out for us then. I can't work out. I ain't ready yet, but I'm gonna be ready. And like, come on, man. You want a long-term deal from us and you ain't even ready to go. And then we signed T.Y. Hilton, you know what I mean? Which is whatever, but you know, we signed T.Y. instead.
Shit. He got 3rd and 30 on us, so I can't say shit.
Yeah, he went over the top.
Yo, listen. 3rd and 30 is gonna live in my memory almost as bad as fucking Joe Jaravicious running down that fucking sideline, bro. Because if we'd have beat y'all with the porn stars mustache, listen, you would have never heard the end of it from me. With fucking porn star Minshew. Phil, can I please get your honest feeling about this? Be honest. After the 4 turnovers, after the 3rd and 30, when Smith made that catch on the 22 with like 25 seconds left, what was your feelings, bro? How was you feeling?
My thought was, if we lose with Dak playing and with Jalen Hurts out, I don't even want to watch football no more for the rest of the year. Because I ain't going to hear the end of it. I wouldn't have heard the end of it, man.
Yeah,
I thought what was your feeling, bro?
Yeah,
how was you feeling?
We was in bad shape, for real. I was feeling good.
No, I just wanted to know how scared, how scared was y'all? Because for me, it was a win-win situation. I had no clue that game was going to be that close. I had no clue that motherfucking Minshew would play that good. I also had no clue that our defense would fall the fuck apart again. But hey, y'all had a lot to do with that. I'm not going to take nothing away because Dak had plenty of opportunities to fold in that game. After that pick 6, he could have folded. After all them times Minshew went right down to, like, as a Cowboy, I would have been befuddled at our great defense letting this motherfucker do what he did. So it was just like, for me, that might have been the best Cowboy win I've seen in a long time, because my complaint against the Cowboys is y'all great front runners, but when the going gets tough, y'all motherfuckers fold. Y'all had so many opportunities to fold in that game. They hit Dak Prescott 1,000 times, bro, and that motherfucker would not stay down. He would not stay down. It was times he was carrying motherfuckers, bro. It was just one of the best performances I ever saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could even say that as an Eagles fan. That was one of the best games I ever saw. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to let y'all know that I'm not the person that I appear to be a lot. I just like the shit talk, man. I love sports, man. I love football. I love camaraderie. I love sharing, knowledge and whatnot. And the reason I go back and forth with so many Cowboy fans is y'all obstinate about knowledge. Like, if it ain't the Cowboys, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a criticism, oh, you on the Cowboys' dick. If you give y'all credit, you on the Cowboys' dick. It's like, it's you know what I mean? Like, it's no wins with y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I fuck with Phil, because Phil,
Everybody
it's
like
also
that D in their mouth, baby.
See, man, it's just bad, man.
That big D in their mouth.
It's bad, man. It's bad, man. It would really be bad if y'all. It would really be bad if y'all actually won something. Like, it would be bad. But it's the game, man. It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's the game. It's part of it. But I guess the point I would make is every city got to ban the Cowboy fans, and every city got to ban the Cowboy haters. It's just that we the most famous ones. That's all. We the most vocal. We the most, like, it's trained in us at birth. Go Birds, fly Eagles fly, and Dallas sucks. That's just it's what it is, man. Like,
one thing I learned almost every NFL city, every NFL franchise,
and we say in Cowboy land.
Man.
I'm listening.
And the Cowboys hate Philly. So fuck Philly.
Well, I'm actually glad to be on that list, because with so many people just now started hating the Eagles. Nobody hated the Eagles. They might have hated Buddy Ryan, or, you know what I'm saying, Andre Waters for being a dirty player, but we wasn't good enough to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta win something to be hated. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all had Buddy Ryan as the head coach.
Well, I would hate Buddy Ryan too after the Pork Chop Bowl. I would hate Buddy Ryan too after the Scab Bowl. I hated him.
I hated him since Wilbur Montgomery.
I would hate me too. If Wilbur Montgomery kept me from the 99th Super Bowl my franchise could have won to.
Right. Yeah, I hated Wilbur Montgomery. I hated Harold Carmichael. I hated Mike Quick.
Y'all goofy motherfuckers that lost more Super Bowls than most people done been in.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though that ain't. Then now think about it like this. A lot of Cowboy fans don't even. I'm gonna give y'all a little jewel that you could drop on somebody. I understand, if y'all suck for so long, why can't nobody catch up to y'all? But think about this. Y'all motherfuckers got 5 rings and ain't won one in almost 30 years. Mm-hmm. The NFL is only what? They only been having Super Bowls since what, 66?
Or 70 when they count that as the Lombardi era. But yeah.
Well, what was the first Lombardi? Joe Willie Namath, right? Wasn't that the first one that was the actual Super Bowl?
Yeah, because it was. But it was
the first two didn't count. They was the NFL, NFL World Championship of football. Real talk. Right. They wasn't the first two. Wasn't really Super Bowls. I think the Super Bowl.
They still count those 2 Green Bay ones as the first 2 Super Bowls. The one over, like he said, Kansas City and.
Well, listen. I'm telling you, Phil, I am an expert with this shit. I got a photographic memory. This is why I was on the radio too. I don't need Google. I'm telling you. I used to watch all them old NFL films, John Facenda joints. Pete Rozelle was talking about how whatever the third Super Bowl was, he was like, they wasn't selling no tickets. It wasn't sold out. And he was like, how can I get this shit sold out? The AFL, NFL World Championship game of football. Because, you know, it used to be the winner of the AFL versus the winner of the NFL in the Super Bowl. Right. Yeah, them teams hadn't joined yet. That happened that's why when the Jets beat the Colts, it was so important because that made the NFL merge with the AFL. If the Jets lost that game, it might not be an NFL as we know it, bro. This is what I'm saying about the difference between me and a lot of other people. I'm not just a football fan. I'm a history major. I'm a history teacher. That was my first job, a history teacher, bro. So I talk shit and but it's way more to me. So like I really study this shit, Phil. I really find all this shit fascinating. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he said that he was trying to figure out a name. And his kid was playing with, you remember them little teeny balls we used to have that we bounced on the ground, they flipped way up in the air? We used to call them super balls, pause. So he thought bowl game, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. That's how he came up with the name for Super Bowl, bro. Yeah. Real talk. His son was playing with a Super Bowl, and he seen it bounce in the air, and he decided to name the game the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Ain't that crazy?
And that's the Joe Namath game you talking about, right? Where he guaranteed it.
Yeah, he guaranteed it. He guaranteed it.
68. That was 68. So that was Super Bowl 3.
So from 68, how long is it from 68 to 96? You good with numbers, but good brother.
Right.
How long is it from 68 to 96? What's that? 28 years?
28 years. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So in 28 years, y'all won 5 Super Bowls.
28 years. 28 years.
Yep, 28.
28 years. So let's just say y'all won 25% of the Super Bowls that was ever played. Like, so I mean, even though y'all ain't won in 25 years, y'all won so many when the shit first started that it still mattered. You understand what I'm saying? So all that shit I talk, bro, that's just shit talk. When it comes down to it, I can admit this. My problem is when a motherfucker used that to justify why y'all lost to the bum-ass 49ers 19-12. That's all I'm saying. That'd be my problem with it. What the fuck do what Roger Staubach and Golden Richards and what's the boy with the big-ass fucking thigh pads? They used to play fullback for y'all.
You're talking about Newhouse.
Robert Newhouse and Preston Pearson and all them guys. What do that got to do with what Dak and Zeke is not doing or doing today? That's my only problem with that 5-ring shit. It's like when motherfuckers make legit criticisms about what's going on today, does it matter what the Eagles did? I'm a football fan. So if I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan who got 6 rings, when they make the criticism, do you say win a Super Bowl to them? Like that's my only thing, bro. Like, can we just talk sports? Like right now, like, you know, like right now. I know the Sixers ain't made it past the second round yet. But what do that got to do with whether or not they're gonna make it past the second round this year? James Harden is in better shape this year.
Right.
Embiid ain't hurt this year. Coach Rivers, because there's only one Doc in Philadelphia. That's Dr. J. God bless Roy Halladay and R.I.P. But motherfucker, you was only here for 1 year and you didn't win the World Series. So no, you're not Doc either. There's only Dr. J, bro. So Coach Rivers now realized that you got to play Paul fucking B-ball Paul a little bit, that you can't have Embiid out there 50 minutes in a 48-minute game. Right. That you have to, when Harden's shot ain't falling, take the ball out of his hand and give it to Maxey. Maxey can get you 33 at any point in time. And when you run the pick and roll with Maxey and Embiid, it works just as good because Maxey is way faster than Harden. And he can shoot just as good.
That's true.
So this is why we got a chance to get out of the second round this year. Do you know that the Philadelphia 76ers, contrary to popular belief, is the top 3-point shooting team in the NBA this year? Did you know that, Mailman Phil?
Nope.
Most people didn't know that.
They
don't care. Because Because statistics only matter when they back up your argument. That's the only time statistics matter, is when they back up the argument that the person is trying to make. Because if we went by the Eagles had the soft schedule, how do we have a soft schedule when we got 2 playoff teams in our own division? So by that, we already have played 4 games against playoff teams. How did we have a soft schedule? Was it Minnesota 13-3? How did we have a soft schedule? At the time we played the Titans, they was the 2nd ranked team in the AFC. How did we have a soft schedule? Like, it just boggles my mind, the bullshit that people say out of their mouth that other people believe, but it don't have nothing to do with the actual facts. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Y'all beat a 4th-string quarterback. Okay, who knocked the first 2 quarterbacks out the game? Y'all act like we fed these niggas poison cheesesteaks or something the game the night before the game. Phil.
All right, man.
Phil,
We about.
wrong with it, Phil?
Hey, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah. Well, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm just getting back home. I just wanted to get this one in and still talk about this Jalen Hurts.
Where was you traveling to, big brother?
In Jamaica.
Oh, okay. And when was you at the last time I saw you?
You know how I'm still feeling.
Yeah. When was you at the last time I saw you? You was out and about in some other island retreat dipping your toes about a month or 2 ago.
The Cayman Islands, and I went to Jamaica. Yep. I love me some Jamaica.
You must be delivering a lot of mail.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna watch the rest of this game and
hey,
relax.
Man, can we do this again sometime?
Yes, sir. We're gonna definitely have you on when we're about to play the Eagles. I'm gonna have you and Rudy on here when we're about to play the Eagles. But look, I might do one Sunday and talk and go over the draft after the draft is over. So not this Sunday, but the following Sunday after the draft.
All right, that's what's up.
And you give me all your stuff, because you taught me a lot about that about the salary cap hits, because I'm thinking y'all gonna get hit 51 million every year.
I wanted to figure it out for myself, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Friday, what was I at Friday? I think I had a Phillies game. No, I was at the Legends of the Streets concert at Temple. They had French Montana, Jadakiss, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, Freeway, Trina, Jeezy, and T.I. I went right from that to Monster Truck, from Monster Truck to the Sixers game, from the Sixers game to the Cure over in Jersey, then back Monday, then back Monday the game too. So I didn't even find out about Jalen's deal till this morning. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So when I started seeing everybody's concern about the salary cap, I said, hold up, it's Howie season. So let me go. You know, I know how to get stuff. Like, you punch in a certain keyword and then all the articles related to that topic pop right up. So I was able to get the information about the salary cap and the hits and everything. And then when you told me what you told me, I said, well, let me see what Skip and them is saying, because Skip is like the biggest Cowboy fan there is. So whatever going on with Cowboy Nation, Skip gonna have something to say about it.
Man, I don't even know about all that. I think some of that stuff Skip be talking about is just for ratings. The same way I don't really believe Stephen A. Smith really hates the Cowboys. I think he just wants to bring them up.
He definitely the bad guy wrestler with y'all.
Yeah, he definitely
the bad guy wrestler. He the bad guy wrestler.
Stephen A. chop it up with Michael Irvin, Jerry Jones. He in the family, but he said his thing is just with the fans. I guess how obnoxious and over the top the fans can be. But Stephen A. don't have hate for him like that.
He be saying that so he have an excuse.
Why
he always talking about the Cowboys. That's just what I think.
I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit of both. I definitely, like I say, I definitely think he got a lot of the bad guy wrestler in him. He has actually said on record recently that, you know, he was. I don't know if he was interviewing Roman Reigns or if he was being interviewed by a wrestler. But however it went down, he basically stated that because he spent so much of his career in Philadelphia and WrestleMania is going to be in Philadelphia in 2024, he said he's not going to rule out an appearance at WrestleMania. And it's funny that he said that if he was going to be there, it would be as a manager because he ain't getting touched, he ain't getting beat up, but he would want to be the bad guy manager. Okay. So, that's what I see him as with the Cowboys. Like when he wear the cowboy hat and always put the cigar in his mouth and got that fake Tex accent. It's pure wrestling, bro. It's just entertainment for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now that shit with Shannon and Skip, that's a little bit more serious. Like they be bidding off each other, but sometimes Skip be saying how he really feel. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a little racial dynamic to that too. It's undertones. I'm not gonna say it, but look where Shannon come from, bro. From the deep South. You hear how he talk. He talk about that super poverty and all that. Look how he done built himself up, bro. You know the type of dude Shannon really is. He the type that's ready to rumble Dylan Brooks on the sideline because he think he chumped this man LeBron. Like for however y'all feel about that, dick eating or get off LeBron's. I don't know. I don't really talk like that, but that's how people talk on social media now. What I might consider giving somebody props. My man said you got the D in your mouth. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm around young folks. I understand that's how people talk. In Philly, you can't even sell hot sausages no more, Phil, because nobody won't eat glizzies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's no hot dog stands. There's no hot sausage stands in Philadelphia no more because none of these young people will be caught eating a hot dog or hot sausage in public. Crazy, that's how bad it is in Philadelphia with that pause, no homo glizzy shit. But these are the same niggas that run around in $50 drawers with their ass hanging out with a whole bunch of other niggas in videos with guns and no bitches.
Crazy.
That's cool. That's cool. But me eating a hot dog or a hot sausage, the same hot sausage we've been eating at the football, the baseball games for 80 years. Now all of a sudden I'm suspect because I'm caught in public eating the sausage.
That's right. Or bananas. Or bananas.
Or bananas. Listen, bro. Now, of course, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I'm a dude.
Jones, you already know it. What all the dudes we coach.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You can't say nothing.
They just pause with me all the time. I don't even do that, man. I say whatever I say. Come on, Jones, pause or whatever.
Listen. Coach Jones, why you so spicy, bro? That's what we call you in Philly. Yo, your old head, man. Yo, Coach cool, man, but he's spicy as shit, bro.
Hey, Jones. So we said we're gonna probably have you back on after the draft. But speaking of the draft, you said something earlier about because we were talking about the tight ends, and you said you're a Notre Dame fan.
Oh yeah,
right?
die hard.
And they talking about Michael Mayer. I'm tired of hearing all this tight end talk in the first round, man.
Michael Mayer's a beast to me. You know, I mean? he's that, but I think we can go a different direction. Because like you said, the tight ends we have. They may not be dynamic. Like I think, I'll be forgetting the tight ends' names.
They not like Dallas Goedert,
Ferguson, and all them. Yeah,
and Hendershot.
Yeah, Hendershot. They good. They're serviceable. You know, they can get the job done, but not no great pass catchers or not run route, but they are physical and they can catch too. You know what I mean? So. That's why I don't think tight end is the route we need to go in the draft, man.
I agree.
You get
at
Michael
least not
Mayer
at 26.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
Michael
listen,
would be a better tight end than them, but
what's the ball? The ball didn't the ball catch the one touchdown y'all got? Didn't he catch it? Y'all tight end? Ain't what's his name? Schultz.
Schultz, yeah.
Schultz,
he gone.
He gone.
Yeah, he went to Houston.
See, he was a good receiving tight end. He wasn't the best blocking tight end, but he could catch.
Well, that's why you got to have three. Now, everybody ain't lucky enough to have a Dallas Goedert. that's great at catching and better at blocking. Everybody ain't lucky enough to have that. I'm assuming I don't follow San Francisco that much, but I think they tight end is great at catching and blocking. I'm pretty sure. Travis Kelce, not so much. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you're lucky enough to have a tight end that could pass and block, you still have to have a specific pass catching tight end and then a specific blocking tight end. That's why the 3 tight end set is so popular amongst certain teams, because you got to take the talent that you got and win with it. So again, I'm not denying what Michael Parsons said. My only thing to him would be, nigga, you a systems linebacker. You just happen to be the system. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a systems quarterback, but he is the system, because the system didn't work so well when he wasn't in there. Like the way Michael Parsons said it, he said it like you could just throw anybody in there. And that's a lot. When people criticize Jalen, it's like they make it about because we got a great roster that's his fault. Like so what we saying is, if you have lesser quality players and you do more with lesser quality players, that make you a better player. Like, is that what we trying to say? Like,
I think so. I think that's what they're trying to say. I think what they're trying to say is the same way the Eagles did what they did. That if you take the Eagles out of it and say, let's talk about the 49ers. They were able to stack their roster because they had Trey Lance on his rookie deal. And even though Trey Lance barely played last year, it was before Brock Purdy, it was Garoppolo. And then Brock Purdy came right in and did the same thing, but it was because they had that stacked roster around them is why they take some of the credit away from the quarterback.
Okay.
Whereas if you look at Kansas City, they lost a Honey Badger last year. They lost Tyreek Hill. Yeah. They're going to lose Frank Clark, but they're not going to skip a beat because their quarterback is so good that he can elevate that team without having the stacked roster. So I think that's what people are saying. You know, that's what I took Micah Parsons as saying. And I understood where he was coming from because I thought the same thing about the Niners. I think the same when I look at teams like who else is on the Bengals. Like, I think Joe Burrow is a great quarterback, but once
that's made greater by the players around him.
Thank you. But I think once Joe Burrow gets his big contract,
it's going to be more than what Jalen got. Like, listen, the Eagles jumped out ahead of this thing, bro.
But what I'm saying is, when they sign Joe Burrow, unless they got Howie Roseman to manipulate that cap, how you were saying those cap hits are going to be so low, they're not going to be able to have Joe Mixon and T. Higgins and what's the other the youngin that they have, Jamar Chase, and the third wide receiver.
That's already happened in the Buffalo. That's already happened in the Buffalo.
Thank you. Because
that's already happened in the Buffalo.
Yeah, his money kicked in.
And Buffalo don't have now. Okay, Lincoln Financial Field is about 20, maybe 25 years old, but they wouldn't be bringing WrestleMania to Lincoln Financial Field if it wasn't still a high-profile facility. So what I'm trying to say is, Buffalo is not the greatest city in the world anyway. And their stadium ain't in Buffalo, it's in Orchard Park. And it's so out of the way that families be charging motherfuckers to park in their driveway. So what I'm saying is, Buffalo ain't the greatest revenue generating spot in the world. So being an NFL team mean you can print money. But I'm just saying, it's not enough money in Buffalo, like it is in Philadelphia. Buffalo fans is fanatics. Eagle fans is fanatics. Eagle fans is way more than Buffalo fans, and there's way more money in Philadelphia than Buffalo. Eagle fans will buy shit-stained underwear if it's shit with green Eagle colors. You understand what I'm saying? So the Eagles are always going to have a ton of money to play with, bro. At the fucking monster trucks is Fly Eagle Fly cheers. At church, you can get a Fly Eagle Fly cheer.
Okay. Yeah.
You can greet a complete stranger in Philadelphia with 2 words: Go Birds. That's it. It's not good morning. It's not hello. It's not hi. It's Go Birds. So Philadelphia is different, bro. So I say all that to say that the quarterback here has to be the type of person who has the mentality to deal with this shit. You see how crazy we are, Phil. You've been to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a different image, bro. You went someplace to have a cheesesteak that most people can't go.
To Max's.
Did you see the mural that was over top of Max's?
Yeah.
Who was on that mural? Who was on that mural?
I was getting middle fingers and everything. Soon as I got out the car, they blowing their horn, cussing me out.
But 9 times out of 10, it was done with a smile, wasn't it?
Yep.
Hey,
who was on the mural? You talking about Kevin Hart?
Exactly. Now, I'm saying, this is what I said. You did something that most people in the world can't do. Kevin Hart is from 15th and Ontario. Mm-hmm. Any fucking city that got a street named after another country city, you know is fucked up. 15th and Ontario is bad. He can't even come back to Philly to eat a cheesesteak with his mural on the top of it. He wouldn't be caught dead in Max's.
Okay.
He could never come back to Max's to have a cheesesteak. Okay. Kevin Hart from the heart of North Philly.
Next year.
Exactly.
Jones, you coming with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now, if you come to Philadelphia one more time and don't run into me, we gonna have a problem, bro. We gonna have a real problem.
Look, I hit up like 4 different the what you call them? The tailgates. I hit like 4 different tailgates, and I'm going past them like this. Bring it, because they were all booing, putting up the middle fingers. I'm intercepting passes because they are playing football. They like this dude. We like this dude.
Phil, how long we been friends on Facebook?
Probably what, like 10 to 12 years, probably, right?
And how long I've been sending you tailgate videos and freestyles?
Yep.
From all over the country, right? Not just Philadelphia.
Right.
So how do you think I feel that you done came to Philadelphia on multiple occasions, boo-hooing with the slave master, boo-hooing with the slave master, boo-boo kitty with all these dudes who will call you a nigga behind. As soon as the game is over, they gonna act like they don't know you.
Right.
They gonna act like they don't know you.
Oh, we gonna make sure we get you this year.
Damn, man. I feel the type of way, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel the type of way. Like, them dudes ain't good people, and you know.
Hey man, this has been fun. Jones, you got any more to say about these Cowboys before this draft?
I'm gonna just say something real quick. I went through that Philly stadium and we wasn't intimidated. Me and my 5 boys, we went through there like gangbusters. We walked there. We like what? What y'all want? We got.
And let me say this again. Our reputation is greatly exaggerated, bro. That's for motherfuckers who bitches and pussies and don't know how to deal with teasing and bidding and everything. Right. Yeah, we definitely got some dickheads and we definitely got some drunk ass white boys who will go over the line. But that's what people they know they could get away with that shit on, bro. They ain't coming at no. They ain't coming, and I ain't saying y'all gotta be no gangsters or killers, but they not coming at no real niggas like that. They not, bro. It's just not gonna happen. And then black dudes, we ain't on it like that. We not rumbling no other brother just because he got another jersey on, bro. Like, we don't even get down like that. And even the dickheads amongst our crowd. Now, if you fuck with one of our bitches, even you might spill a drink on my Jordans. You know what I mean? That might be something different. But a motherfucker that's really legitimately, number one, not from the city. Number two is just there to enjoy themselves and have a good time. And number three, ain't no bitch and ain't going all that. Come on, bro. We gonna salute you. We gonna embrace you. We might tease you and call you a name, but Phil could tell you gonna get drunk, you gonna get high, and you gonna get fed. You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't even let me spend my money. They talk about my money's no good.
You ain't gotta spend a dime, bro.
No. They said my money was no good there.
No good, bro. And if you with OG Bizzle, we smoking. We got the gas, bro. We gassed up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get gassed up, bro. We gonna get gassed up, and we gonna.
All right, Jones. You see what we going to tailgate?
We gonna have these brown paper bags, bro. We gonna have our libations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gonna be good with it, bro. And I gotta put y'all on to this. Y'all might already know, but we got a little IPA here in Philadelphia. You ever heard of IPAs?
Oh yeah,
like the little local micro breweries. Yeah, we got one here in Philadelphia, bro. Look at this, Gold Monkey, bro.
Okay,
that's a 3-headed monkey. See, look, that shit. You be so drunk after you drink this shit. See how the monkey is 3 of them standing on top of each other, and they all got their eyes closed. This shit gets you blind, bro. This is 9.5% alcohol.
So you know who we gotta show that. You know who we gotta show that to, Jones, right?
Oh yeah,
that's Cecil.
yeah.
That's Cecil right there. Yeah.
9.5% alcohol, bro. Golden Monkey, bro. I got a Golden Monkey challenge. I have never seen a motherfucker drink a 6-pack of Gold Monkey in one sitting. By 3 of them, you won't give a fuck who playing quarterback. The Dallas Cowboys will win the Super Bowl every year. You fake drink some Gold Monkey. You won't know shit, bro. You won't care about nothing, bro. Let me tell you.
I know that's right.
You gotta come fuck with the Gold Monkey. Listen, I'm so much on this Gold Monkey, I'm ready to send you some UPS.
Hey, not the mailman. You can't say UPS when you talking to me.
Oh, you can send beer in the mail?
Yeah, send it to the postal service.
You can send beer in the mail?
You can send whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that's why you going to the Cayman Islands, huh?
Yeah. There you go. All right, man. It's been fun, man. I'm gonna go check out the last part of this basketball game.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna flick the fire stick on too, man. Hey, Jones, man, it was good catching up with you, good brother. Hopefully, I get to rap with you again. Yes, and don't worry about them goofy ass young boys, bro. I just be fucking around with the pause and the no homo because it's like a religion here in Philly, but I don't really feed into that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just how we build up here, bro. Like everybody's spicy. It don't really mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, man, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate you bringing me on tonight, man. Anytime you need me and I'm available, I'm willing to join in, man.
Okay.
And as always, fly Eagles fly, die Dallas die, and on
Here
three.
We go, y'all.
1, 2, 3. Fuck the Cowboys.
All right, man.
All right, good brother. Peace, man. Enjoy y'all evening, man.
Jones, I'll holler at you Thursday.
All right, bet.
Okay.